The last time you were here, Frank Bello said that you're tired of touring and recording. So after the tour, you had a break. Did the break affect your approach to the new album?
It just made us a lot more. What would be the word? We were a lot fresher going in just to write it. After we got home in July of '89, and we took off for 3 months, so it really gave us a chance to just be away from the band for the first time in years. We hadn't had a break in like 4 years, so it was something that was really important to us because it's really the first vacation we ever took away from Anthrax. So when we started writing in October, it just made things go a lot smoother. Everybody was like really into being there and looking forward to writing, and just made things work a lot easier for us after taking a break.
Okay. If you should compare this album to the previous ones, what are the greatest differences? I mean, lyrically and also musically.
See, I don't compare albums. I won't do that. Just because each album is done, at a different time in my life. So it's something that I can't do because like Persistence of Time is written, in 1989 and 1990, and like Among the Living was written back in 1985 and 1986, and there's just too many different things happening and around me or in my life, and so it's really I can't compare one to the other because it's different. So the only besides the songs and the songwriting, the one thing I can compare is production from album to album, and by far this is the best sounding record we've ever had.
So do you think the change of producers from Mark Dodson to Thompson and Barbiero meant a lot to the result of the album?
Well, Mark still engineered the album, but Thompson and Barbiero mixed it, and that made all the difference in the world because we've never had a problem recording an album. It's always been a problem with mixing it and getting the final mix that we want. And Thompson and Barbiero they did the right job, real good.
So you think you will use those guys later?
Yeah, we know we'll use them next time, definitely. Probably the same. We'll use Mark to engineer the tracks, and then Thompson and Barbiero to mix again.
Tell about some of the issues you're dealing with at this album.
A wide range of stuff. Racism, freedom, stereotypes, apathy, laziness, stuff from my own life I'm writing about, like in my world, just writing about personal experiences, just all sorts of things.
There are some quite serious issues. Don't think it's a kind of self-contradiction to sing about such serious issues and still standing there and laugh and have fun at stage?
No, I don't understand how it's a contradiction, because nobody's serious all the time and nobody's funny all the time. When you're in a situation where you enjoy yourself, then you're gonna laugh and have a good time. And when you're in a situation where something's making you angry or something's making you sad, then you're gonna be serious. And nobody's one way all the time. I don't know any person who's like that. So we're just 5 normal guys, and being on stage for us is the best place to be. Being in a band is playing live. It's just a lot of energy. I mean, I couldn't imagine playing this music and not being the way I am on stage. I couldn't just stand there. It just wouldn't work.
After 5 albums and 9 years of playing, do you still feel that you're developing?
I guess so, yeah. I mean, wow, that's tough. I suppose we are. I mean, I know things become easier for us in a way. Like writing a record, we kind of know more. It's easy. In a way, it's easy for us when we're writing now, just because we had done 4 albums, and we just kind of know quicker whether or not we like something. Whereas in the past, sometimes we would write songs, and then 3 months later, we wouldn't even like them anymore, so we wouldn't even use them. Whereas now, it's more like an instant thing. We could really tell right away whether we like something or not. And I think that just comes from from maturing and doing a lot of albums and basically just knowing what you want.
How did you come up with the title Persistence of Time?
Charlie came up with it. It was his idea. He always he'll come up with a title, and then I'll end up putting a meaning to it by writing a song about it usually. So that's probably why there was no song there was no song called State of Euphoria on the last album. But Be All End All, I consider the title track of that album. But yeah, Charlie came up with the title, and then I wrote the song Time, and basically saying that if something doesn't happen right away, or if you don't have like some kind of overnight success, no matter what you do in life, that doesn't mean it will never happen. And if you work hard and you get out there and do something with your life and make something of yourself, then you'll be successful. And with just telling people, I mean, the basic message behind it is just to get off your ass. That's the basic message. It takes it down to the bottom line.
You also shot a video for the In My World song, and that was a pretty painful experience, I heard.
Yeah. Yeah, they had us in these harnesses because there's a scene in the video. We got this idea from the movie Lost Boys, where it would look like we were dropping into these clouds, and so they had us in these harnesses up in the air, and it was, you could definitely say it was quite interesting having to hang there for 3 hours with these things like strapped around our balls and stuff. It wasn't comfortable at all.